try to unmute. There we go. What up, Xlanders? It is me. Thank me later. Joined by the one and only Snail Spacing. How's it going, Snail Spacing?
It's going pretty well. Good weekend.
Indeed. I mean, it's been a bit rainy.
Well, other than the weather. But I've been inside drawing, so it doesn't affect me.
There you go. Oh, you know what? I guess you could just hold up some of the things you've been drawing.
That's true.
Not now. Make them wait for
you. Yeah, of course. I'm just making sure I have it open.
Jeez, old Pete. Don't give away the goods immediately. Make them work for it.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So, welcome, Dopest Crew. Thank you for the comment. Please do like the video. Much appreciated. So, we are in the middle of March. It is March 16th, St. Patty's Day Eve, as it were. I'm sure there will be some shenanigans out and about this evening. And so that means we are, what's March's theme?
March's theme is envy.
Envy. So if you haven't already submitted, submissions for March Envy are going on, let's see here, 2 more weeks. So actually, because you got till the 30th. So you got not next Saturday, but the Saturday following to get your submissions in for Envy. The current month, so February's, which theme was love, is active now on NFT Hive. I will go ahead and drop that link now for all of you folks listening. So definitely go check that out. Let's actually, I'll pull it up here. There we go. All right. Let's see. Can I do this? All right, cool. I wanted to make sure I don't have dual screens, so make sure I see it right. All right. So we have some great submissions. We actually have 5 active pieces for February's love, currently leading the pack with 20. No surprise. So we'll start with her. Shacklin, the one and only Shacklin. Pure Rolex in the house. What up, brother?
Hello.
Wait, did Pure get one in for love?
Not for love.
Pure, you gonna get one in for Envy? We missed you this month.
Mm-hmm.
So here it is. This piece is called Spiraling Into Love by the one and only, I call her Sheriff Shack. Back in the day, she was Sheriff Shack. Now I think she goes by Shack Attack. No matter how you call her, she's amazing. This is her piece. Absolutely love the ombre. Like, it's such an interesting, because like I was looking at it, it's not exactly square, because like some of these hearts go in, but like the ombre gives this illusion of a perfect square, but it's really not. Like the ombre is based on the hearts, and so it creates this illusion of a square, but actually, like when you look at it, some of the hearts definitely, like if you drew a line, like they would cross. Like the ombre isn't square.
The ombre itself is not square.
No, which is kind of a weird optical illusion, actually. So I really like that.
No, it's a beautiful piece. Definitely pulls that feeling.
Oh, wait. Oh, Geraldine. Oh, Geraldine is your friend. Oh.
Excellent. No, thank you. We'll definitely get to that submission. It's excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I would rather have Geraldine than you, but Geraldine's submission was one of my favorites for sure. So glad that she was able to submit.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for supporting and sending people our way.
Definitely. If you are listening and you know an artist, please send them. Well, actually, go ahead and pull hers up. Geraldine. Unbelievably great piece by Geraldine. And included in the piece of art is actually her poem "Waiting." Um, I guess I could read it again. It's rather like it's incredibly impactful, I guess. I
It's a
don't know.
good
You can tell like she put it all like it's very personal to her. I feel like it's really putting her personal experience down. But I think it is, something that probably a lot of people can relate to. A poem called "Waiting." I'm sitting here all alone, waiting for you till dawn, hoping that one day you'll see me, that I'm waiting for you to love me. I'll wait for the time that you will be mine, even if it takes a lifetime. I'll wait no matter how long it takes, even if it causes me so much heartache. I don't care what they will say. I just want you. I'll just wait here till you cross my way. I'll wait and I'll wait until forever, till fate brings us together. Always remember that I'm waiting for you until the time is through. Intense. I'm not gonna lie. I probably say that with a terrible cadence. I'm sure that there's probably a different or better rhythm. And my mind immediately, and this is not. I'm not saying that this is obviously much more impactful, but the cadence that my mind starts to read it in is Mr. Deeds. Remember how Mr. Deeds wrote like Hallmark cards, like terrible Hallmark cards,
Oh, yes.
and would like submit them and then like read them off to his little like that's what I feel like when obviously this is a much more serious piece than the ones from Mr. Deeds, but that's in my mind like that's the cadence that I read them off at. And so
No,
yeah.
it's a beautiful poem, beautiful piece, especially as someone who struggles with figure drawing, like the way those lashes are done, the detail on the ear and the hair. It's all so beautiful.
Yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful piece, and remember these all these pieces are available. They're just 3 wax each. Although now I wonder what. Let me see, price
Oh,
of
what the price of wax is.
wax P. Yeah, so for those of you who don't follow, the crypto market has been rather hot. Okay. Um, Looks like it's currently at 7 cents. It has been as high as 10 cents per wax in the not so recent past. So definitely had a pretty good spike there. Let's see what its all-time high was. I'm curious what its all-time high has been. Yeah, like 7, 8, 10. Yeah. So I mean, anyway. It's definitely the crypto market is on an upswing. Still cheap, still less than 30 cents. Again, to support these artists and to have a piece of uh, future history. I don't know. They're really cool pieces to have in general. And obviously, we want to be building them into Upix World with some gamification and some layer 2 activity. Let's see here. We'll do yours next here. It's right here.
Okay.
Love is complicated.
It certainly is. And hopefully
Is it
this shows
though?
that. Yeah. Yeah, it's never simple. It should be. It sounds like it should be.
Should
But
it
then,
be?
life and everything, I mean, it's complicated. It's the conclusion I came to as I worked on my multiple pieces trying to get to the right one and settled on the fact that love is complicated and it's full of lots of things, lots of hearts, lots of ruffles, lots of tears, both very happy and very sad, confusion and mazes, and hopefully some royal crowns that make you feel like the royalty you should feel like in a relationship, things blooming and growing and changing.
So, of all the pieces that you worked on for this one, what made you ultimately decide that this was the piece that you were going to submit?
This definitely felt like the one that most portrayed how I feel about the prompt about love. It spoke the most, had the most to say. That's often what I'm looking for in a piece, is for it to speak.
Yeah. Again, if you haven't had a chance to come and look at all the detail on this piece, it is unbelievable. And you said like this is different from a lot of your other mandalas, and we'll take a look at. You have another mandala that's up because it actually goes corner to corner, so it's a full like square of it as opposed to like one of the rounded ones. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Normally my mandalas, I hit a certain point and I just feel like it's done. With this one, I really wanted to go all the way out into the edges and really fill the whole canvas.
Yeah. So every inch of this canvas is filled with detail. Lots of fun little things, all with their own symbolism and layers. So plenty to look at and dive into. So do not miss that one. Very cool. Next up, I probably like. I mean, it's hard. It's like having. I don't know because I don't have kids, but I feel like every single piece, like I have a certain amount of like connection or like personal like love for it. Like and NFT architect, he has been an artist. He was an artist for 1111. He's a friend of mine and just honestly is an insanely talented artist. His perspective and his use, he does these crazy black and white, like I don't, what would you call like this layering technique? There's a word, almost like screen printing, but like
It does have a screen printed feel.
holographic layers. I don't even know how you would really describe it.
Layered is a good word for it. There, it does have.
Layered, yeah, like these
It's got
layered
depth to it.
images. Again, he uses these transparent, like these transparent reds with these harsh black. It's just unbelievably striking, and there's often a dichotomy of like something hard, like architectural, like
Mhm.
buildings, and then this nature concept. And in this, like he talks about being stuck between two worlds, which is like the architecture, like the big city world, and kind of that nature. But then there's also this woman, and I think it's striking. Like we only see the back of her. We see like she is looking in multiple directions, but she's never really looking back. Also, there's something I don't know, kind of profound to me about that of like only like seeing the back of her. So we don't know the expression on her face, like when she's looking at the city versus when she's looking at like the cities in the mountains. Like it really leaves it open to interpretation, which I think is powerful. The black raindrops that transition to red against her black trench coat and the shape of a heart is a great framing for the center. I am just such a huge fan of NFT Architect's work, and this is no exception. It's absolutely stunning.
No, absolutely. And that, like you said, only seeing the back of them allows you to kind of self insert. So, how your feeling is allowed to be projected onto it.
Yeah. Which again to me just it's such a well thought piece. Um,
It is really beautiful. You can feel that push pull
yeah.
that they're experiencing.
So there you go. NFT Architect with split decision. Do not let me forget to actually go buy some more of these this time.
Okay. We'll just have to set an alarm or something.
Yeah, tell Alexa, set an alarm. All right, last, probably least, honestly, probably my least favorite, if I'm being honest. It's by this slacker named Thank Me Later.
True artist.
Oh, and here we go. Here's a little timer. 14 days, 3 hours left on all these. They do end at midnight on the 30th, 30, whatever 14 days and 3 hours from now is. This is my piece that I created called Community of Love. Yeah, and I put, wait, is that actually the name? I feel like I messed up the name of it somewhere.
Yeah, it was either Community of Love or Love of Community. I know you flipped it at some point.
I know.
I don't know if this is the right one or if the one on our
Let's see.
slides is.
Love of Community.
I kind of prefer Community of Love personally.
I kind of like Community of Love.
One of those happy accidents.
Yeah, well, it definitely. But the name of the actual piece on the NFT is Love of Community. The name of the sale is, oh wait, Love of Community. Wait, where did I? Oh, Community of Love is what I named the drop. So Love of Community is the name of the piece. Community of Love is what I accidentally named the drop. But yeah, Community of Love is also. I think it can go either way. And I mean, again, like for me, you know, the community, the Web3 community has been such a huge part of my kind of personal growth journey, and you know, bringing back the broken pieces of my heart and everybody who has kind of touched my heart in a different way. And that's so for my piece, it was kind of a collage of this shattered heart motif and then all these like ethereal hands. Because it is interesting. Like most of these people I've never met, or like maybe met once or twice at conventions, which we are going to talk about. Always be creating. We haven't talked about it between me and you, but the Genesis week for Upland has been announced, and it is the first week of June in Vegas. And UpX World is putting in for a vendor's booth. So we will have a booth at the convention. So if you are interested, it's going to be UpX World and Friends. I actually have a bunch of other, like the UpX podcast, Upland Racing League. I got I got a bunch of different community people that aren't going to have their own booth, but we're going to just kind of have like a group booth. And so, yeah, always be creating. Obviously, we would want you to be part of that. And if you can make it, we can try and figure out the logistics. If you want to travel to Vegas for a couple days and party with the Upland peoples, meet some fans potentially, get into some shenanigans. It's always a good time. Yo, Keith. Yeah, actually, Keith, are the ninjas? Are you guys getting an exhibition booth this year? Are you putting in for your own? So Keith is one of the founders and leads of Hyde Park Ninjas. They were still starting and are a collaboration partner, and honestly personal friends of mine, and collaboration partner with UpX World. They were part of our booth. They actually handed out coffee last year, Ninja Coffee, which was cool. I would imagine that you guys are definitely well established at this point. If you wanted your own exhibition booth, I'd be surprised if you didn't get one. But yes, so this is Love of Community, Community of Love, however you want to call it. And so, yeah, it's my homage. And again, I will say there is this dark creeping border here that is very intentional. And I'm planning on embedding or creating its sister piece with Envy for March that kind of will play as an underlie of like Envy. It's yeah. So I think like the idea that I think the actual saying is comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes.
And I think again, like being envious, I think like that can really start to diminish like your own happiness. Like if you're, and can really bring you into some darkness. So for me, I want to kind of show, I mean, everybody looks, I mean, obviously envy is not necessarily a great thing. I know you showed a couple of your pieces relating to it. Envy and greed go hand in hand a lot of times together. And for me, when I think about envy, I think about my own struggles, if I'm being honest, of like when I compare, like, oh man, they're doing so much better. Like they started a project way after me and are way more successful. They have more followers. They have more people, engaging. They have whatever more success. Like, and I become envious, and it darkens, and it almost like starts to black out like all of the things that I really should be grateful of. Like, hey, I have all of these people. I have this insanely amazing community. And you know what? Even if it's not as big as some other people's, even if it's not as fast growing or as immediately successful as I would want it to be, or as other people's projects or anything, like I am still incredibly lucky to have the community of people that I have in my life. And so for me, that envy is that darkness that I have to like keep at bay of like, hey, you know what? I actually saw an amazing meme, and it was and it said, "Don't let your ice cream melt while counting somebody else's sprinkles."
I like that.
And I was like, "Damn, that's good." And I felt that. I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly it." Like, you know what? Don't let your ice cream melt because you're counting somebody else's sprinkles. Like, enjoy what you have. Like, if you are watching this, you are blessed beyond belief. Like you have enough free time and capacity and internet access, and you are watching, just some fun show. Like you're doing better than a lot of people, even if you're in a bad place. And that's not to say that you can't be in a bad place, and it doesn't mean that you always have to be good. But whew, it can be a lot worse.
Yeah, gratitude for what we have.
Yeah, and that's not easy all the time. Like I'll be the first at that.
Oh my goodness, it's not. No,
Yeah.
I'm like definitely been thinking about that envy project.
Yeah.
Of that intersection between greed and anger is where I found.
Ooh, the anger part. That's interesting. That's a great angle on it as well. Speaking of your mandalas, back to that. So before I leave this page, I did want to call out there is also the snail spacing alpha drop here. Your mandala tiers is up for sale, 15 wax each. These are a limited run print and will get you access to future alpha game testing. So be sure to go and pick one of those up before. There's only been 4 claimed, but hey, there's only 50 available to be claimed. So be sure to get that, because once they're gone, they are gone. And that is going to be a really cool collectible piece. So, yeah. So like I said, we got Genesis Week, which will be in a couple months. UpX World is going to work to get a booth there, which will be super cool. Hopefully we'll definitely have Always Be Creating represented, but who knows? We had people ask on the podcast this week if you would be there in person. So there is interest. So just saying. We'll have to figure out the logistics, but that would be great to have you in person. I think we could definitely get some new eyeballs on the project. And that would be good. What else was there? I feel like there was something else I was going to share or talk about. Nope. It's escaped me now. Why don't we show? So what have you been working on? I know you switched to pen and paper, going old school,
going old school. Doing some analog. I finished my coloring book, so I'm taking a break from digital, working on an old project where I was drawing all the original 151 Pokemon. I'd made it about 60% of the project a few years ago and then had to stop for life reasons. So getting back to it. So I finished 2 this week. I've got Rhydon and Nidorina and Nidorino.
Wait, so is that 2 or 3? Oh,
so
wait.
It counts as 3 Pokemon because it's 3 different Pokemon. I'm like, occasionally I cheat and do 2 in one picture.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it still counts as 2 Pokemon.
All right,
So,
let's see what you got.
so this is my Rhydon.
Right on, right on.
Rhydon using Surf, which is something that everyone forgets that he can do because he's a rock type Pokemon. And I think it's really funny that he can do that.
Yes, it does seem counterintuitive. Like, I mean, I don't know. You can skip stones.
You can skip stones, it's true. Rock type that can learn Surf.
There you go. That's the literal skipping of stones of Pokemon. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So definitely got some funny reactions. I did post on Reddit. So
Nice.
and then just tonight I did Nidorina and Nidorino.
Like super quick. It could like 2 hours. Unbelievable.
So the only thing I really miss about digital is I really want to move this whole thing like just a little bit over, just to center everyone.
No, I don't know. I think I mean, yeah, maybe there could be something in that blank space, but like being off center, I think is okay. Because honestly, the Nidorina is centered.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting because again, the Nidorino is bigger, more prominent, but like also getting slapped.
Yes.
So,
yeah, about to hit Claude.
yeah. So I appreciate the subtle fight the patriarchy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was originally going
subtle,
to have them fighting each other, and then I realized that would be just showing just the back of him, and I was like, well, that's not going to work.
no, you know what? Let's do fight the patriarchy and just have Nidorino slapping the hell out of Nidorino.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
My first introduction to La and Le.
Yeah. How did you know the difference? Oh, it's thanks Pokemon.
Thanks, Pokemon, for teaching me a little bit of Spanish.
Un poquito. Poquito.
So yeah, it's been definitely interesting going back to analog. I'm like, if for any of you that do digital, one of my first bad pin strokes, I double tapped the screen to back up the line. Clearly didn't work, and then I had a good laugh at myself. Been doing a little too much digital.
That would have been really funny to watch, to just see that actual double and go, you know what? That would be you could probably just make like even like a TikTok or something, like a quick like when you've been doing digital and you go back to analog and then just be like, oh.
Wait. Eraser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that would be funny to then do that, but like but digitally edit it so it makes it look like that worked.
It actually worked.
It worked to just like really mess people up. So they'd be like, oh, ha ha ha, that's funny. But then like, oh wait, that worked? Like to really just like trip them out. Pure Rolex says, I will contact you in the next couple of weeks with an idea for a project I work on for a while to introduce real life items of a metaverse. Ooh, I'm sure possible. Oh, heck yeah. We're always looking for collaborations, interesting ideas. Inside the Upland metaverse, it's growing really big. And obviously we were building out our layer 2 and our just community arts and just really just the community connections. And then as we build things out, we'll just see where it goes. So yes, definitely Pure. Anything you got, please contact me. Let me know.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I think that is all I have for this evening. Anything else that you want to share or talk about with the group?
Not right now, but I'll definitely keep creating and see what I have to present next time.
Always be creating, right?
Always be creating.
The name of the game. All right. Well, until next time, I'm Thank Me Later.
I'm Snail Pacing. Remember, take life at your own pace, even if it's a snail's pace.
Cheers.